Well, some survival scenarios are a bit more dire than others, and if Project Bloomwalker is set to be a beautiful but challenging walk in the park, then Dying Light the Beast is a long march down a ruined highway to hell. The latest installment aims to blaze a new trail for the beloved zombie apocalypse franchise. And here to introduce us to the Beast are Dying Light franchise director Timon Smektala and Q&A analyst Aaron Talty with some live gameplay. This is so exciting. Welcome to the show and welcome to Gamescom, guys.
Hello, Bex.
Hello. How has your Gamescom been so far for both of you?
It's my first time, so very, very exciting. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, busy, crazy, and lots of fun.
Yeah. Love it. Well, you've got some live gameplay for us, so can you show us what you've got?
Yeah, absolutely.
Very excited.
Yes, let's start the demo. And the mission that we have here, of course, it's Dying Light the Beast, right? So it's going to be scary, going to be full of zombies, full of open world exploration, parkour, melee fighting. And the mission that we have here is actually quite funny one because it's one of the side missions from the game, and it starts with a very classic Dying Light dilemma. There's like a small group of survivors struggling to survive, live to another day, hiding in the town hall here, and suddenly the water source is gone. Like there are no water in the taps, and like they don't know what happened. Like is something trying to hurt them? Maybe something is broke. Maybe something is trying to get rid of them from this place because they want to take over. So it's kind of like a classic Dying Light problem, but then there are some twists, there are some turns, there's some mystery to uncover. Probably we will not see all of it here, but let's just give it a go and let's see how far we can go.
Let's see what we uncover. That is one of my favorite things from the previous games, when you have this little hub community kind of safe space for most part, and then you do have to go out and protect them or gain friendships as well as take on the challenges outwards.
And that's exactly what Kyle Crane is doing, because like that's a side mission, but also the basics, right? So you play as Kyle Crane, and that's a very unique, very special type of a hero for a survival horror game, because he's not only the master survivalist, like he's not only able to survive as long as he wants in this difficult, challenging environment, but in this game he also has access to a set of very special, very powerful beast-like abilities, which really allow him to kind of unleash all of the rage, all of the everything that he has in it. And like the tagline for the game is that they were trying to break him, but they created a beast. And why they were trying to break him? Because he was captured by this guy named the Baron. Baron is a crazy scientist who's trying to achieve something very, very sinister. And Baron was experimenting on Kyle for a number of years. Kyle manages to break out, so they didn't break him. And now he's ready to unleash his wrath, he's ready to take revenge, but for that he needs some help. And that help comes from the people that live in this beautiful valley that we see on the screen right now. This is the valley, the region is called Castor Woods.
Okay.
It's modeled after Swiss Alps, like little touristy towns in Swiss Alps. Lots of nature, lots of very beautiful vistas. But of course, this one has lots of zombies in it.
Perfect holiday.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if there was a zombie apocalypse, I'd probably go to the Swiss Alps as well,
Yeah,
just
of course,
to see it.
of course. But yeah, of course. Like the high season for zombies is there all the time. And actually, what we have here, so the town in the middle of the map is actually built to be almost like a parkour paradise. We really wanted to squeeze as much as possible out of this location, so players are able to seamlessly showcase all of the parkour skills, jump, run, wall run, slide, connect all of that together. How are you feeling? Do you want to fight some zombies?
No, I think we could, we got it. There's plenty of them around. I think,
We'll warm up to that, that's fair. Let's see some parkour, because obviously that's so intrinsic to Dying
absolutely.
Light.
So Dying Light was built on parkour, right? Like when we started working on the series, we actually asked David Bell, who's the grandfather of parkour. He's the inventor of modern parkour, to help us to share his insights, his expertise. We got him in our studio, we mock-upped his moves, we asked him to basically tell us how close we are to reality, because one thing about Dying Light is we always put a lot of emphasis on immersion. We really want to make players feel like they are part of this world, like they are the character there. come on, Aaron, like the whole QA department is looking at you.
You did no.
It's a
Look,
lot of pressure for a live
It's all part of the. It's all part of the plan. It's Dying Light, you know.
But I think it's worth saying that this is like, you might look at the game, you might look at the screenshots and think, oh, okay, I see a machete, I see a guy, I see some zombies, it's just easy peasy, I go slash through zombies. Absolutely not. This is a survival game. This is a thinking man's survival game, so you constantly have to be on your toes, you constantly need to think like a survival to survive. Even if you are as a good player as Aaron, you have to constantly look at you have to look at every step that you take.
It happens to the best of us.
And I can understand why Aaron is nervous. Like before coming here, we had a conversation that actually the whole QA team, from which Aaron is, they were aware that he'll be playing, so they are watching right now, putting extra pressure on the guy.
I kept it quiet and it was.
But don't worry.
Aaron, you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
And by the way, if I just made using the opportunity, let's just wave to our QA guys because they are really putting a lot of work into this. They are the most important part of the dev team in this very final stretches of the production, because we are basically just 4 weeks from releasing the game.
So exciting.
Yes, so very close. Actually, maybe we can loot some stuff, right?
Yeah. I think it's a good chance here.
I love this layout so far. I mean, the town itself feels a little bit on the less living and breathing side of things for now, but it still feels so realistic, as if I've actually felt those textures and been in places like this before.
So actually this is something that we are very proud about, because like the whole world has been handcrafted by our level artists, and not only handcrafted, but also they've managed to put a lot of Easter eggs, in-jokes into the world. So like the posters you see there, like they have even scanned some of the items that they have in their homes, in their houses, and kind of brought them into like the virtual versions here in the game. I'm not sure we'll see that, but for example, there's a blanket like with a lion.
We might get a chance.
Yeah, we might get a chance to see that. So actually, that's a blanket that was kind of scanned, taken from grandma of one of our artists, and in a way to kind of honor her and put something very real into the game. We have the blanket and a lot of other different items. The whole map has been created by hand by our artists. That's why it feels so immersive. It feels real, like every square inch is different.
Yeah, you've really put heart and soul into it. I mean, the second game, obviously it's in the title, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, so I think that's been one of my favourite parts of the Dying Light games, is it's set aside from other games like that because it feels so realistic. And,
realistic also in the
combat.
Exactly. Representation of gore. So another thing about Dying Light, aside from parkour, of course, it's a melee combat focused game with lots of brutality, lots of gore. I think that's something that's very important in the zombie genre, that you really need to show the guts, you really need to show the blood, you really need to show the kind of the brains being exposed, the heads being cut. I'm not sure how much of it can we show because I think the previous games were a little bit on the family-friendly side. But that's also a good thing, because Aaron is having fun because he knows how to play the game. He spent hundreds of hours in it. But again, this is a game where you see zombies, you don't just run at them and slash them. Like, you really want to make sure that whatever you do makes sense, that you don't take unnecessary risks. That's a nice thing. Actually, maybe it's also worth mentioning that a lot of our combat in Dying Light the Beast is created using physics and ragdolls. If we have animations that are super short, just to represent what happens with the enemy that you are hitting. So, like, you will encounter hundreds of zombies here, but every fight with a zombie is different because the reaction is always different. Sometimes he hits an obstacle, sometimes he hits another zombie. There's lots of those cool emergent moments.
Yeah. You were speaking about some of the melee weapons that we've used already, like we've had machetes and all sorts. What sort of weapons can we find in the world of Dying Light?
There's more than 100 melee weapons, and of course the classic stuff for the genre. So I don't know, gas pipes, crowbars, machetes, hammers, axes, wrenches, things that you can basically find all around you. But also if you dig deep enough, and that's a very important aspect of Dying Light the Beast, that there are lots of secrets that you can actually uncover if you dig deep enough. You can find weapons like medieval swords, very unusual creations of the survivors. So really a lot of very fancy looking and fancy working and effective weapons that are really a lot of fun to play.
I like the sound of a medieval sword. That sounds pretty badass,
Yeah.
to be fair. Do you guys have favorites? What's your favorite weapon of
Samurai
choice?
sword.
Samurai, of course, like a classic.
It's probably a boring answer, but yeah.
But for me, actually, it's a flamethrower, something
Okay.
new to Dying Light the Beast. So for some reason, like even though we are making zombie games, we didn't have a flamethrower before. So Dying Light the Beast, aside from the melee weapons and a big focus on firearms as well, introduces a number of new weapons. So flamethrower, grenade launcher, saw blade launcher, and a number of additional hidden stuff that you will have to find as you play the game. We are now living the time. We are now living the town, and actually that's an example of one of the open world activities. Like there are places like this spread all over the world with which you can interact. If you manage to survive, Aaron.
It just came out of nowhere.
Remember
Oh,
your fault
Lord.
team is
Survival horror. I'm demonstrating exactly what we want, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, like military combos like this, if you manage to kill all of the infected here, or if you manage to outsmart them, because that's also an option. You can, for example, use a decoy, draw them to like away from this place, and then try to loot it. That's a very good place to find some ammo for your firearms. And as I said, firearms have really received a lot of love from us as developers in Dying Light the Beast.
Okay.
He's a bit too big for now, I think, this guy, right?
This one, yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe,
looks,
let's not risk it. You already died once,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
don't.
It
They're
looks
playing with
so
fire.
fun.
Like
So,
the
yeah.
guys back at home are making bets, like
I'm
will he
cooked.
die again?
Yeah.
Oh, so firearms, there's a little bit more of a focus on.
Yes,
on
absolutely. Maybe we could actually use the rifle. What do you think? It will get messy because the thing about firearms is they make a lot of noise.
Got you.
So as soon as you start shooting, there's a chance that the virals, the fast-moving zombies, will come. Actually, I think there's one guy over there.
Let's go inside.
Yeah, let's
Safer.
try to hide. Like,
Yeah.
we'll see if that works.
Safer inside. Oh my.
Yeah,
gosh,
but-
okay.
Relatively. I'd say.
A little bit, like it's never safe in the world of Dying Light. Like what I like to say is that it's actually one of the most dense open worlds out there, because basically every part of the map is something where you play the game, where you do some kind of interaction. Either you parkour, which is also like interaction, you click buttons, like you're trying to get somewhere, you make decisions where you want to go. Combat the same, you get surrounded, suddenly there's a group coming from one direction, group from the other. Constantly something is happening, like you are never bored. It's very intense, very dense experience.
Yeah. That sounds really cool. A lot to explore and discover, and hate every kind of trip outside of the safe zone is probably not going to be exactly the same as before.
Yeah, so Dying Light was built out of emergent moments, and we actually we did fight with some of the guys with the tanks, for example, right? But
Yeah.
actually we didn't trigger them, so maybe if there's an opportunity, but like, actually that's a nice thing, or maybe we can keep the.
I think there's some better opportunities.
Okay, so what happens right now is that because Aaron was fighting a lot with like quite intense, he managed to charge his beast mode, right? So
Okay.
now he can unleash it. So maybe we can actually see that here, like how effective he is with fighting those zombies. They throws them all around. Like he has
Oh
those
my
like
gosh.
finishers.
It doesn't need any weapons anymore. Oh my goodness, he ripped his arm right off.
the
Flipping it.
cat, like nothing is left like unturned and
Oh,
unbrushed
no.
and unsmashed.
Who's laughing now?
No one left unsmushed. No.
That sounded like you are saying it to the QA guys. Like, who's laughing now? Like, I'm here on Xbox and I'm playing this awesome
I
game.
can't
Heck
confirm or
yeah.
deny.
Oh, zombies don't need brains. It's fine.
Yeah, some of the new visual designs for our enemies. So of course, like, you can see the game is really beautiful to look at. Even the zombies. Like, if you are into zombies, it's good to make a pause or go into photo mode and try to see how detailed the models are, especially when you do some damage to them. We have increased significantly the number of places on their bodies which you can damage.
Okay.
We have, like when you cut a limb, you can cut it in 3 different places. You can really leave a lot of scars, wounds, like broken places on. Yeah, let's try to. Oh, that's nice, quite
Oh.
brutal.
I saw earlier
I like
when you
that.
just left someone crawling because you cut his leg off, so that was quite mean for that poor zombie, I feel, as well. A
Yeah.
nice flame.
Also, as you can see, there's a lot of versatility. Yes,
Okay.
like emotions. There's a lot of varied ways how you can solve combat situations. That's also something that we were always thinking about when we were working on Dying Light games. We want to give players freedom where they go anywhere, climb anything, freedom how they fight. Actually, we're leaving the mission area, so that of course in the full game you're not leaving mission area, so the freedom is open and you can go everywhere you want.
Yeah, I like the tactic of running away. That's my favorite tactic for zombies.
But that's also like that's your choice, right? And again, like vehicles, another thing that's new to the Beast. Actually, maybe we can also show the FPP, right? Because you can drive from that perspective, like keep the immersion. So it is like it's nice to roam through zombies, blast through zombies with your vehicle, giving you a little bit of those Carmageddon vibes. But again, like a little reminder, this is a survival game, right? So like you need to think about how damaged your vehicle is,
and the gas. We're about to run out of gas.
Exactly, doesn't have gas. So I think we are slowly running out of gas. So
got to find a gas station.
Exactly. I'm not sure they're still working. You know,
oh man. So with our new vehicles and things, is there different areas that we can explore around the world then?
No, so actually we decided to choose this one because it fits the environment most, right? So Aaron, when you get up, maybe let's just have a nice look around the place. So
taking the view, I love that.
Yeah, take the view, and we'll talk about vehicles. So we have chosen those off-road pickups because they fit the environment most. We didn't see that much of it yet, but the whole world is actually quite varied. We have the town in the middle, we have an industrial park, we have swamps, we have mountains with hiking trails, we have farm fields, so a lot of very uneven terrain. So off-road pickups seem to be most fitted to this kind of environment. So yes, you are driving that vehicle. There might be some things hidden, but I'm not spoiling that too much. But then you're also able to customize the visuals of the vehicle a little. So there's still quite. Oh, I think that's the blanket that I was.
This was the.
So this is actually the real blanket that you can find in one of our level artist grandmother's.
Actually, at one of the playtests, some guy met me. He said the same thing. Like he recognized the blanket. So it's a very iconic.
That's so wholesome. So there we go. That's a challenge for everyone.
I don't know. Are we ready to go into the night part? Because we might do that. But a word of warning, because like Dying Light generally. Let's maybe look at some Vista before us. Okay, let's go to the night. So what happens is that Dying Light basically is a game of two halves. The day part that we have just experienced, if you are a good player, you are in control. You know what to do, like you know how to behave. You will kind of find your way around in this apocalypse. But the night part is something completely different. What happens is the volatiles, and I will scare you a little, so kind of sit tight. The volatiles, like the scary monsters, the apex predators, the kings of the night, they are coming out, they are roaming the whole place. And with those guys, you don't fight with them. Like when you see them, you try to run away as quickly as possible. Okay, maybe at the end of the game, where your beast mode is fully charged, where you have unlocked all of the skills for the character, because there's like a big skill tree of various beast skills that you unlock. If you are kind of fully formed beast mode Kyle Crane, you can fight with them, but without that, it's really, really scary. So maybe we can actually try to sneak upon those guys so we see them from close.
We'll go sneaky beaky.
You can see where they are if you use the survivor sense. So that's like a special senses of Kyle Crane where we can see the threats and be aware of the threats around him. But it seems the volatiles are everywhere. Maybe actually what we could do, that's scary.
There's so many. So this new kind of sensor to see the volatiles around and other zombies.
All of the threats, but I think actually, so the chase has started. They are onto us, and now like it will get super, super difficult because the guys, like the regular biters, the regular zombies, they're just zombies,
they're
right?
Fine,
So you can avoid them, you can jump over them basically. With volatiles, they're chasing you, they're right behind you. It's actually good to look behind you from time to time. They're also basically better at parkour than you are, so they can really
We've seen
grab
that
you.
for sure,
Oh my gosh, so you have to try and outrun them for now until we've built up our beast
Until she
ability.
dies, I think.
I don't fancy my odds very much. Yeah. But we'll try.
So what you can see at the top of the screen, the red bar
Yeah.
shows you the intensity of the chase. So we are basically in the middle of how intense it can be.
What happens when it gets full level?
You're gone basically. Like it's time to restart the game. Yes.
Yeah, they're still on to me.
Oh, great. What other abilities can we see from Kyle's kind of beast mode abilities as
So
well?
actually the beast mode will be very helpful right now because when you are in the beast mode you can run faster, you can jump higher. That's actually a very good way of escaping those volatiles. So they're laughing at you again, right?
No!
Okay, but just to finish the thought, maybe let's go back to the game
we'll
and I will finish the thought. So what happens is that the volatiles, what happens is that as they're chasing you, the beast mode, you get a number of combat skills that you, of course, is most used for combat. But then when you are running, when you are parkouring, they allow you to jump faster, jump higher, run faster, be able to reach places that are unreachable to regular human beings, right?
Okay.
So what's important then is that at some point of the game, you are able to actually control the beast mode a little bit more. At the beginning, sometimes the rage just overwhelms you, but then as you progress into the game, you get full control of it. You can trigger it whenever you want, and then you can use that to actually reach places, find secrets that you would not be able to do when you are in the human form of Kyle Crane. And again, that opens a new kind of way of exploring the map and a new way of interacting with the world.
Love it. Do you have a favorite biome from the game that you like? You were speaking about kind of swamp areas. Do you like the pretty cities or the hills as well?
I like we have a really nice storm weather preset. So I like I guess it's the industrial. This area when it's stormy, it's very atmospheric,
Actually,
very nice.
The weather is like I would say the weather is very nice, but it's not like literally true because the weather tends to be very rainy and stormy from time to time and very gloomy. But it's nice because we have really spent a lot of technical resources on making sure it really looks very, very real. So it rains and you feel like it's raining and that you are there. So and my favorite biome, I would say, is the farm fields.
Okay.
So, but not when it's raining, because when it's raining, it's actually not that good. What I like is farm fields in full sun. Like you see, like how yellow the grain is. It's really very beautiful to look at.
Love that. Well, can you tell me a little bit about, I'm really excited to dive into more of the survival kind of element, but what should players watching at home be excited for Dying Light? What about the story and more about the game that you want people to be excited about?
I think it's the best Dying Light game that we have ever created. So for the fans, I think it's sold already. But if you have not played Dying Light before, if you have not heard about Dying Light before, absolutely don't be afraid. Be afraid of the volatiles, but don't be afraid to test the game. You will get all of the things that make Dying Light a very special combination. It's a mix of open world and survival horror. It has top-of-the-class parkour, top-of-the-class melee combat, day and night cycle that changes the game as you play, and a very, very emotional, very interesting narrative. I think you will really feel something. You will feel the pain of Kyle Crane, how they were trying to break him, like all of the wrongdoings that happened to him. And then when he gets free, and you will also get free in the game, and you get a chance, you shot at revenge, it will really be very cathartic. You will feel how good it is to unleash this power in the game.
Well, I can't wait. I had so much fun playing Dying Light Stay Human co-op as well, so I'm really looking forward to maybe jumping into this one co-op.
Absolutely, co-op is also supported. You can play with 4 friends in co-op. I can actually give you this mask and 3 more, so you can play the masks.
We can play the masks.
Exactly. And in co-op, it's like another layer of fun. The interactions, the imagined moments are squared compared to what happens when you play it alone. Alone, it's a very focused, very atmospheric experience. In co-op, it's just all-out fun. You, your friends, and lots of zombies around.
Love it. Well, do you know what? I'm going to come straight over to your guys' booth here at Gamescom and maybe give
You're
it a
welcome.
whirl,
Yeah.
please.
You're welcome.
As long as you guys play with me, so it will be
Okay,
good. That'd be
good.
great.
Sure.
What can we look forward to from Dying Light the Beast
Exciting
next?
bit. Dying
Happening.
Light the Beast releases in 4 weeks, September 19th. So it's
Cool.
excitement all over the place. PC, PS5, Xbox Series S and X. We can't wait for you to play the game.
Amazing. I can't wait either. Timon, Aaron, thank you so much for showing
Thank
me
you so much.
a
Thank
little
you.
bit about Dying Light the Beast. I can't wait to play more.
Thank you.
But for you guys at home, don't forget to pre-order your copy today. Now then, the Xbox Gamescom broadcast continues with some more trailers, including a world premiere trailer for a game that uses deck building as a metaphor for cooking to whip up something entirely unique. Then we'll hear from Double Fine's Tim Schafer about their new Opus Keeper. And don't forget, we've still got World of Warcraft and Call of Duty updates toward the end of the day, and not to mention some news on a little indie game, and that's INDY, not INDIE. See you soon.